Well, Rhys, nice to see you again. First of all, how's it feel being back in green and white? Settled right back in?
Yeah, it's been great. Everyone's been brilliant with me, so settled right back in. I was never away almost, so yeah, really good to be back.
And I know you've had a tough couple of seasons before you've returned to Hewish Park, but fitness-wise, the past few matches, you looked really sharp. How was your pre-season? It seems to be really positive.
Yeah, really good. It was, like I said, a tough couple of years. Worked hard in the off-season. The end of last season come at a good time for me, really personally. Allowed me some time to get my body right and in a good place and come back in good condition to work hard for pre-season. So that was important. And then, pre-season, I think everyone worked well. Feeling in a really good place right now.
And it seems a really positive vibe around the whole club, but Tuesday, that was a dramatic win, and I spoke to Jake Wonnell afterwards, and he said you told him they're the best wins if you don't play your best, but you get the 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched the game back, but on reflection, I don't think it was a bad performance. I think we controlled the game for large spells, and to keep going to the final few minutes, to win the game like that is definitely what a feeling. But you wouldn't want to win too many games like that. But if that's what it takes, then it's definitely a good feeling to know that you're never beaten. I thought I told Jake he should have squared the header instead of score himself. I thought he was going to tell me that, but he took his goal well, as did Ollie. 2 great finishes, but more importantly, a win like that, I think it shows everybody at the club that this is now in a different place. Maybe before we might have lost that game. So it was a really good win, great for confidence. Not the best performance, but certainly not the worst. And I think the large spells that we controlled the game showed at the end. I think Truro were on their feet, so we managed to capitalise.
And a lot is said about Yeovil being one of the favourites for promotion, but do you have to credit the opposition as well? Because they had a game plan, and particularly in that first half, they executed it well, didn't they? Yeah,
they made it tough. I think a lot of teams will come, especially here, and make it tough for us to play. I mean, no one's going to come here and say come and beat us. So it's up to us to win the game, and sometimes that can take 95 minutes. But using the ball, the managers getting constantly working with us, how we want to play, how we want to implement our game, and I think from the first 2 games, I think we did that better. I think we controlled the game better with the ball. So it's a constant process of improving. It's not where we want to be at yet, but on the flip side, we've won a game of football not at our best, and that's definitely a good feeling.
And in terms of you personally, you've already got off the mark in this season. Is there something about scoring at this place? That was your 36th goal in green and white.
Yeah, I love it. I love scoring goals. I'm sure you ask anybody that question, what a feeling. I'm sure Ollie and Jake both enjoyed their goals the other night. I mean, I certainly did, and I didn't score them. So, yeah, I love scoring goals. As a forward, that's one of your main jobs, and I'll continue to do that for as long as I'm here. And hopefully, it is a long time and many more goals to come. But yeah, the sound of the fans. I mean, the other night it was just a brilliant experience. So yeah, it's one that I'll never get bored of.
And the manager spoke about the competition for places, particularly up front, considering what happened last season. It's quite amazing. But how is it for you sort of working with a young player like Ollie Thomas at the start of his career?
Yeah, you realise you're one of the older boys now. It comes across quick, but you just try and help them with your own experiences. Ollie's obviously a young, talented player, so it's not a case of I'll be there telling him what he must do and things like this. He's a bright, intelligent young man who clearly has an understanding of the game, which is why he's at Bristol City. But if there's any ways that I can help through past experiences or anything like that, then I'll be happy to do so. But the competition is definitely good. No one can rest on their laurels, and it's what's going to bring the best performances out of everybody, whether that's up front, in goal or whatever.
And it's been 3 close games, hasn't it? Do you feel like the relationships between you and the other strikers and the rest of the team, they're growing game on game?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of new faces through the door in the summer, and that takes time to become a cohesive unit, to gel together and obviously implement the manager's style of play. So that does take time, but we're working tirelessly at it on the training pitch. He's constantly giving us the tools that we need to win football matches. but like I say, it does take time. But I think game on game we are showing signs of improvement, which is promising. And like I said, yeah, all right, it wasn't the best performance, but again I say it wasn't the worst, and it's progress, and we've won the game. So when things do start clicking, then that gives us real confidence.
And it is a bit of a cliche, but that momentum scoring in added time, that really takes you forward for another home game on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Momentum is so huge in football. I mean, it's just those little changes, isn't it? A couple of minutes can be the difference between two losses, and now it's 2 wins. So 2 and 3 and 6 points on the board. You take that into the next game, the confidence after the game to, like I say, to know you're never beaten. You take that into each game, and it's a good feeling. It's a place where you want to be, where you're unbeaten in 4, 5, 6, 10 games, and it breeds confidence and it breeds results. It also makes other teams look at you and they don't want to play you. So it's twofold. So long may it continue.
And up next, Maidstone, who obviously came down with Yeovil last season. You've just played a team that are on momentum themselves from getting promoted. Do you approach that any differently?
Yeah, Maidstone will pose their own threats, their own problems. I don't think we want to be a team that's too reactive to the teams we're playing this year. Each team will merit respect, and we'll give them that, whoever we're playing. But there's also an element of we're Yeovil Town and we play the way we want to play. Of course, different games cause different problems, but there'll be a style and a way we play that's implemented throughout the season. We want to focus on what we're good at, and then you might tweak a few bits to each team, but it's definitely a focus on what we're doing as well.
And on that, are you enjoying the style of play that Mark Cooper is implementing? It's an attractive style of play.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely think it's something that the fans will enjoy. There's something they can get behind. I can't imagine any fans across the country wouldn't want to watch a team with more possession, more chances created. We want to win games, but if you can do it in a stylish way as well, then that's great. And it's not going to happen every week where the performance is perfect. We know that, but if we can get that right more often than not, then I think it would be good for the fans this year.
Thanks for your time and good luck Saturday.
Cheers, thank you. Good to see you again.
Rhys, for a lot of the players in this side, it's a new division. They've not played in this before. Do you think the team as a whole is beginning to, get to grips with this style of play and the opposition? Because obviously it's a step down, but it ought to be easier for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think football works like that, to be honest. Obviously, yes, it's a step down, but no team's going to come here and say, oh, because it's the National League and you were in the National League last season, we're going to let you win or anything like that. Every team is going to try and win 3 points regardless of whether you're in the Premier League or the National League South on Saturday. So you must earn the right to play every single week, and that can be harder the lower you go down. Less and less respect is shown, so you have to earn it. So I think it's just a case of, yes, maybe there are some bedding in periods for people, but it's not a case of we thought we were better than the league or anything like that. It's getting to grips with new teams, new players, but regardless of the league, we want to win every game we're playing in. So that's the aim every week.
Mark seems to have settled on 3 strikers. Do you prefer that to 2, or how have you adapted to it? I
don't mind, so long as I'm one of the strikers that's playing. No, I think it's important that we've got plan A, plan B this year. So I think we've already shown in the first few games that the manager's very capable of changing things and tweaking things when from the side he sees that something's not quite right or something would be working better if he tweaked it, and we've shown we're able to do that. So that's definitely a powerful tool to have in your armoury. It makes it harder for the opposition, and it's good to know that if things aren't working for us, that we can change from within, or we've got people coming in off the bench like we did the other night that can impact the game.
I mean, do you feel as a 3 it's working? I mean, are you disappointed with the return so far?
No, I mean we've won 2 out of 3 games. We've scored in two of the three games as well. 4 goals, is it? So yeah, I'd say we've started off okay. Pre-season as well, there was plenty of goals. So I think there's some good signs. Lots to be working on. I'm not going to sit here and say we've done our job with 3 games in. the aim is to score every game we play in, more than the other side. So it's, like I say, so it's a work in progress, and something we'll be continuing to work hard at.
The crowds have been amazing so far, the 2 home games. I mean, that must be a huge bonus to you.
Yeah, massive. You can't underestimate the impact that they have. I think we had the biggest support by over 1,000 fans on Tuesday night. I think the same at the weekend, and that's huge. We appreciate the fans coming out and coming to support the team. I know that the chairman's done a lot of work around the ground, and there's a lot of more hospitality for the fans from before the game. So hopefully they appreciate that and they're enjoying their experience more. But ultimately, it's what happens on the pitch. So the performances and the results is what they're going to keep coming back for. So it's our job to make sure that they do. But the support that they've shown, and the support down at Hemel was unbelievable. The noise they're making is great, and it might sound a bit cheesy, but they're willing you to score that last minute winner on Tuesday night. It definitely helps. I'm sure the Truro players felt it as well. So long may it continue. We thank them for coming, and we understand it's our job to make sure that they keep coming back.
And do you feel generally that the whole team is beginning to gel now? You know, every game it gets that a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, it's a work in progress. You can ask me on the last game of the season, have we gelled yet? And I'll tell you, we're a work in progress still. Yeah. So all of us, whether we're 35 or 16, we all want to improve, we want to get better. That's the aim. The manager won't allow us to not come in and improve. So we're all going to be working hard, striving hard to make sure the next game we're better than the last, and it's 3 points that we're putting on the board.
Well, good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Loads of goals. So.
That's the plan.
Rhys, you've joined Yeovil twice following relegations for the club. How does this return differ to when you first joined?
I think the feel around the place, coming and signing after the back of a relegation and having so much positivity around the place, which is obviously led by the chairman and the manager. Like I said, when I come and sign here, I met them both only for a short period, but they're infectious with what they want to do here, and I think you get everybody around the club buying into that, and the momentum just takes care of itself. All those little bits around the stadium, the work, making sure everyone's looked after and making sure everything's being done right. I think it just sets the tone, and then obviously the playing staff, they all come here because they want to be part of a big club and a successful period for the club. So we're all pushing in the right direction, but it's definitely a real good feel around the place at the moment.
And a few months ago, you and Jake Hyde both scored goals for Southend against Yeovil. Back then, could you imagine that you would have both been here playing for Yeovil? What was that journey like?
Yeah, obviously it's a change of events, and you can never say never in football, can you? So I mean, like I said, the moment it was an option to come back here, it was an easy decision for me. Jake, it's just one of them things in football, scoring against Yeovil a few months ago, but we're both delighted to be here. I mean, I know Jake's enjoying his time here as well. He's settled in really well, and it's good that we're both scoring goals now for Yeovil. So long may that continue.
And have you been surprised how many minutes you've been able to be on the pitch? I know you said you've worked hard on your fitness over the summer, but you know, 100 minutes last weekend with a stoppage time, and then another lengthy game today, and you've been a part of a lot of it.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. Like I said, the off-season come at a good time for me personally, so it was a case of, as you get older, you realise it's what I want to play football. I'm in a very privileged position to be able to play football, so you have to work hard to maintain fitness levels, and obviously coming off the back of some injuries, it needed to be done, so it's not a surprise, but it's definitely a nice position to be in after some time away from the pitch due to injury. It's nice to be back fully fit and able to contribute to the team and towards wins.
And we've had 3 quite different games to start the season. With your experience at this level and above, are you sort of helping the players go through these challenges and sort of making them aware, each game is going to be different and it's not going to be a walk in the park?
Yeah, I mean, like say, as you do get older, it's as and when the team needs you really to touch on those past experiences. We've got a really good management team in place that do a lot of the work, implementing what we want to do and how we're going to approach each game. But if individual players need to speak to you, it might not even be something so big where they're pulling you to one side. It might just be discussions in training on if you can just give little bits of wisdom, or you think it's wisdom at the time. But yeah, just it's important to help the young guys that when you was a young guy yourself. But like I say, we've got a really good talented group of players here. It's not where they're all looking to the older players for guidance. These younger players, they're confident young guys, and they're very capable too. So it's an environment where everyone can learn off each other. It's not because someone's more advanced in age that they're the leader. It can come from anything. I mean, Ollie Thomas making it 1-1 the other night, that's leadership. That's grabbing the game by the horns. Charlie Cooper in the middle of the pitch, constantly making sure the team's playing football even when there's not much time left, keeping a calm head, and the pass through for Ollie, that's leadership, you know. So yeah, it comes in all shapes and sizes. So we've got a really good group here.
Last one from me. Jake Hyde obviously wants to score as many goals as he can. Have you set yourself a target for this season of how many goals you want to get?
Yeah, I've set myself a target. I'll keep that to myself. But I think every striker, they want to score in every game they're playing. So that's the aim every week. You don't ever enter a game thinking, oh no, yeah, don't fancy scoring today. So yeah, as many as we can, and luckily we're playing in a team that's going to create a lot of chances this season. So there's going to be plenty of opportunities to score goals.
Okay. Good luck for the weekend.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Thank you.